Well, good morning, everybody. This is an incredible day for Kansas. So proud to be here honoring Amelia Earhart. We have all of the members of Congress here from Kansas to give a few brief remarks, but I tell you, the star of the show today is the Atchison Amelia Earhart Foundation. And what they did was just incredible. They've got an incredible story to share. Congratulations, ladies. I'm going to start by introducing Karen Seberg, good friend, and is a board member as well, at the Amelia Earhart Festival chair as well. So Karen, please come and share a little bit what's on your heart.
Thank you all for coming today. It's truly an extraordinary day. Sorry, I'm not as tall as you. It's truly an extraordinary day that this stunning statue of Amelia Earhart is finally here in its rightful place in the U.S. Capitol Statuary Hall. Amelia stands as a symbol of daring determination to defy the odds that led her from her little hometown, Atchison, Kansas, to become one of the most admired women in the world. It's an honor for our foundation, too, to be entrusted to lead for the monumental project that finally got done, as Jackie will talk about a little bit in a little time. I want to thank Senator Jerry Moran, Senator Roger Marshall, Representative Jake LaTurner from the 2nd District, and the entire Kansas delegation. And I must add, even though it's not in my script, and also their staff, because the staff have been working really hard for the last few weeks and months. I also want to extend our gratitude to the Earhart family as both a pioneering aviator and an advocate for women's equal rights. Amelia Earhart's presence here will continue to inspire future generations, especially women and girls, and guys too, to boldly pursue their dreams. Now it's my honor to introduce you to a foundation board member whose leadership exemplifies Amelia's perseverance and dedication as chair of the Amelia Earhart Statuary Hall Selection Committee. Please welcome my colleague and really dear friend, Jackie Prejean.
Thank you, Karen. It has been the honor of a lifetime to bring Amelia to the U.S. Capitol. With the responsibility for the statue for the state of Kansas, Amelia's words echoed in my mind often. When a great adventure is offered, you don't refuse it. Amelia also famously said, it's far easier to start something than it is to finish it, and she was right. And one of her most notable quotes, the most effective way to do it is to do it. And Amelia, we finally did it. Many people helped us make this day possible. First of all, the Amelia Earhart Statuary Hall Selection Committee for their time and dedication in helping choose the absolute perfect statue. Thanks also to the beautiful work of the sculptors, George and Mark Lundeen, who diligently researched images of Amelia and visited with the Earhart family. Thanks also to Carthage Stoneworks for Amelia's beautiful pedestal made of cottonwood limestone that was quarried in Kansas. And finally, I also want to thank Matthew Smith, Exhibition Design Manager at the Nelson Atkins Museum in Kansas City, for his expert guidance. It would not have happened without Matt. The foundation is grateful to all who helped us bring Amelia Earhart's statue to the Capitol, where her timeless legacy, we hope, will continue to inspire generations to come. With that, Senator Moran.
It is such a pleasure to be here on a day that we've long waited for, and there are those who've waited even longer than I have, and you've heard from two of them already. We are delighted as Kansans to have a statue of Amelia Earhart representing our state. You add Dwight David Eisenhower, President and General, to Amelia Earhart, and you have two of the most iconic, respected figures in our country's history representing our state. You compare that, I shouldn't compare it to other states, but we are at the top of the list as far as folks who are recognizable and worthy of being honored. And I would just highlight that while I have the honor of representing so many wonderful communities across Kansas, there is this place called Atchison that is unique and different, a set of community leaders that are amazing. When they set their mind to doing something, it gets done. And it is a pleasure to have such a team that has worked so hard to bring this day to occurrence. A lot of bureaucracy in this place and raising a lot of money across the country, led by Karen and others, to make sure that Amelia Earhart, their hometown girl, is recognized in the Capitol. So congratulations to Atchison, congratulations to Kansas. It's been an honor to be part of this process, and we're glad that this day has come.
Well, thank you for being here today, and thank you particularly to Jackie and Karen for all of the hard work you've done. As the representative of South Central Kansas and the air capital of the world, how can you not talk about Amelia Earhart as an inspiration and a key figure in aviation history? Of course, Amelia, through her work and activities, was such an inspiration for so many boys and girls and men and women in terms of, if you see a challenge, you can still put yourself to the task and still step up and get the job done. Of course, I think like a lot of other people, including Amelia's now statute mate, President Eisenhower, who also has an aviation first. He was the first president to fly in a helicopter. And so it's great that the statue of Amelia Earhart has joined President Eisenhower here in the Capitol. I think like a lot of people, Amelia was, promoted the values in Kansas, having flat plains, having wide open skies, having the mindset that you can have endless possibilities to do things and where you go and how you promote that. So we want to thank everybody that's here and been involved in this process. I know Amelia persevered in a lot of activities, which also is reflective of the statute in terms of the process that it took a long time to go through and get that job done. I also want to give a little bit of a recognition of former member Representative Todd Seahart, who actually started the process back in the 90s to get the ability to replace statues. And now Kansas has replaced both of our statues in the Capitol, the first state to do so with modern, contemporary representatives of our state. So thank you all for what you've done, particularly Karen and Jackie and all of the Earhart family members that are here today. It's great to be able to recognize what's going on and honor Amelia Earhart with her statute. And so now I'd like to turn this over to Representative Sharice Davids.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, it's afternoon now. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know if folks know this, but I am a self-proclaimed infrastructure nerd. And because of that, I signed up to be on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee and immediately wanted to be on the Aviation Subcommittee because Kansas has this amazing legacy of leadership and innovation when it comes to aviation. And certainly Amelia Earhart is a pivotal and critical piece of that legacy when it comes to her spirit, determination, drive, and frankly, her inspiration of so many others. I can say that the folks in Kansas and across the country are so happy that now people are going to be able to participate in that, see that, and be inspired by the statue that we saw today being unveiled. Amelia Earhart is known for a number of things, but particularly for me and certainly for my mom, who is a 20-year Army veteran, her tireless fight for gender equality, her ability to overcome the seemingly impossible, her ability to be a true agent of change is something that I know has impacted so many of us across Kansas and across the country. So I'm excited for the millions of people that are now going to see this beautiful statue as they come to our nation's capital. And we have long considered Amelia Earhart to be a hero, certainly for Kansas. And I think that now the U.S. Capitol is recognizing the hero that she is for our country. So I will once again say thank you all to the family, to the Amelia Earhart Foundation for all your tireless work, and to my colleagues who helped navigate the bureaucracy. So thank you so much. I am going to now turn it over to Congressman LaTurner from the 2nd District to share a few remarks as well. Thank you.
I am so proud to represent Atchison, Kansas in Congress. And Karen and Jackie, I am so proud of you. The amount of work, I'm not telling you, you were the ones doing it. The amount of work that your community had to come together. It is rare. Not every community could have pulled this off, but you all came together and you worked hard like you do on a lot of projects in your town. Atchison is a great place with great people, and this is a victory and a celebration for all of them today. It's also a celebration for those of you in the Amelia Earhart family. I hope you don't mind sharing her with us. And if you do, it's a problem. It's a problem because we are so proud that Amelia Earhart is from Atchison, Kansas, and proud that her statue is going to be in this Capitol building from here on. She personifies the Kansas spirit. She's smart. She's tough. She's always looking to the future. So today is a day to be celebrated for the people of Atchison, for the Amelia Earhart family, for the people of our great state. Very proud to be a part of it. Thank you all.
Thank you, Congressman LaTurner. I'm Congressman Tracy Mann, represent the 1st District of Kansas. Proud day for Atchison, for the Earhart family, and for all of Kansas. I live in Salina, and at our kids' school every year for Kansas Day, they go all out, and they do a parade. But all of the kindergartners, all the kindergarten girls dress up like Amelia Earhart. And nothing is more fun than to see all these little girls with their aviator goggles thinking about and talking about Amelia Earhart, who continues to inspire generations of Kansans. It's an honor to have the last word here, and I'd like to give it to Amelia herself. Kansas values include hard work and personal responsibility, and I came across this quote from Amelia Earhart that I wanted to read to you all. Amelia Earhart said, "Some of us have great runways already built for us. If you have one, great, take off. But if you don't have one, realize that it is your responsibility to grab a shovel and build one for yourself and for those who will follow behind you." Representing Kansans is an honor because they know how to grab shovels and build their own runways for themselves and for their families. It's our job in Congress to protect their basic rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness while they do that. I'm so glad to see this brave pioneer honored with the statue in Congress because I know that it'll be an inspiration to generations to come. Amelia Earhart, you have and continue to make Kansas proud. With that, I'll turn it back over to Senator Marshall.
All right. Thank you, Tracy. Thanks so much. Karen and Jack, will you please both come back up here? We're getting ready to do questions and answers, and if the other members want to kind of gather in first. So we're going to put the two ladies right here, one on each side. I get the first question, though. I get the first question. Karen,
You get to stand by the two ladies.
well, you get to because I'm the junior senator. So, Karen, when they pulled down the veil from the statue today, what was your emotions? What were you thinking today?
It was so exciting, but I think the most fun of the whole time was Laura Kelly, our governor, going, "Oh my gosh, her belt buckle is Kansas."
Yeah.
That was so cool. It was really fun.
She noticed it right away.
Right
That was
away,
great.
she noticed it.
Jackie, any emotions from you as it went down?
I think relief is my biggest emotion.
Yeah.
It's just been such a long ride and a lot of ups and a lot of downs and a lot of frustration. But to finally see that fall off was just, it's breathtaking. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. And I think she can just take your breath away and the impact that she can have on people.
And what's wonderful is now the architect of the Capitol wants to patent our design.
For the base.
Because it was so easy to put up.
Record time putting
Record
her up.
time. And
I get one more question. I'm sorry. Karen, what does Amelia Earhart mean to you personally?
Personally,
Personally.
Amelia personifies everything I try to do. You fight for what you believe and you go to the death to do it. And she did, unfortunately. But I think she's always been a mentor to me for that reason. She didn't give up, and I don't give up.
There you go.
Does not.
All right, we'll start here in the conference room. Any questions from the press for Senator Moran? about the subject? Yes, sir.
So you mentioned that they want a patent.
Yeah.
What was easy about it? Was it the base that was easy?
It's a jigsaw puzzle. Go ahead, Jackie, talk to it.
The base was designed by Matthew Smith because we wanted to have a Kansas limestone base. And then the engineers at the Architect of the Capitol decided that they needed something that would be easily balanced, because the floors in the Capitol have become so uneven with all the heavy statues. So Matt actually designed a steel frame, and it is like a puzzle, and then all the limestone things go on it. He texted me when our phone calls with the architect of the Capitol said the installation, could take until 2 or 3 in the morning. He texted me at 9:30 and said, she's in, and I said, you're kidding. He said, no, I'm not kidding. She's in. It was the fastest, easiest installation they've ever had. And so the people there just said, you should patent that. We should use it for every base going forward because it made things, it made things work.
Or limestone.
Yeah, it just made things work
because
easy.
Dr. Bethune, they didn't get done until 2 o'clock last week.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Anything else in the audience?
I'm not great about genealogy, so I don't understand the generations. I know the Earhart's family's here. Do we have, what is it,
Our grandmother's sister was Amelia, so my grandmother
Was her sister.
Right.
my great aunt.
your great aunt?
right. So we have Klepner's here, and we have Morrissey's here, and we also, I don't see her in the room right now, but we have one of George Putnam's relatives also here.
And Senator Portman's wife's grandmother was married to Amelia Earhart.
Exactly.
I just found out today as well.
Ohio Senator, yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
found out about a week ago.
Yeah.
Actually.
Anything online, Will?
Yeah, Jason Tidd from the Topeka Capital Journal. If you want to unmute yourself and ask your question, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. So I know that today is about Amelia Earhart, but do you have any information on what happens to the John Ingalls statue that she replaced? I know that when Eisenhower replaced George Glick, that statue went into storage. And
Yeah, it
it's still
disappeared.
there.
Right. We do have a plan for Senator Ingalls. He is coming back to Atchison, and what's now our middle school used to be the Ingalls High School building, and it still has his name on the outside of the building. So I have had conversations with our superintendent of schools and the principal, and he will go in that building as soon as they can determine where a 12,000-pound statue can sit.
Yeah.
Ingalls and Glick are from Atchison.
Are both from Atchison. Glick was a governor and Ingalls was Senate Pro Tem leader in the early 1900s. But unfortunately, you lose sight of who they are. And what's exciting about what we're doing now is I don't think you'll forget Eisenhower or Amelia Earhart. And that's very exciting. But I don't know if all of you know that when you replace a statue, you have to take it back, the one that you're replacing, you have to pay to take it back to Kansas, and you have to have a place for it, or where they will not let you replace the statue.
They want a plan.
Which
They
is
want a plan.
various, methodology of asking you for contributions.
God, no, it isn't. No, well, that's not funny.
Maybe you could sell that patented device on the.
There you go. Well, that's Matt. I think Matt gets to do that, though. I think, Matt, it's your patent, right?
Okay.
Any more?
Nobody else online? Coming back one more time in here as well.
Anything?
Final remarks, anybody? Okay,
Okay.
congratulations.
I'd like to say, I know my grandmother would be very proud today. She dedicated her life for her sister. She
Yeah.
really helped raise me. It was a very, very important person in my life.
She was,
What was your
and
grandmother's life after, what was Muriel's life after Amelia's death? What was she?
Well, I mean, she was a school teacher, a wonderful school teacher. We are from Boston, and it doesn't go a week goes by that I don't run into somebody that says that she was such an important person in their life.
you know, and I need to comment on that because Muriel is the name of our Lockheed Electra 10E, and the restorer of our plane said, and she knew your grandmother very well, and she. Yes, and she said she was in the shadows of Amelia because of what happened. And then when the paparazzi of the time were looking for what happened to Amelia, that Muriel deserved her place in history too. And she is the name of our Lockheed Electric attendee.
I think I want to close by saying I want to invite everybody. This is one of the greatest school trips you could take is to take kids to the Amelia Earhart Hangar Museum. Not only do they have the twin plane, but they've got some incredible
We
STEM.
have a twin statue.
Twin statue, STEM interacting, 14 stations will be fighting to go. Sir, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to add about Amelia's sister Muriel, in addition to all the other cool stuff she did. She also co-founded the local chapter of the NAACP.
That's true.
Great
They were
leaders.
both activists, weren't they?
All right. Okay,
Thank you
thanks
so
everybody.
much. Thank you.
Well done. Thanks for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies.